But what about the hero to the 24 of you, or whatever it is? How about the class that he exemplified? And I do want you apologists and fans of his to try to get through on the show today. As a matter of fact, we'll give you a preference. You identify yourself as a fan of his. I want you to explain these comments by your hero following the game. I quote, "It hurts, of course, but I'm not going to hang my head now. I'm not going to let it bother me that so many people are happy to see me fall." We have the statement from there on, do we not, Gene?
Yes, we do.
Let's hear it.
Does it bother you that so many people are happy to see you fail?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So, they can get a few days or a few months or whatever the case may be on being happy about not only myself, but the Miami Heat not accomplishing their goal, but, they got to get back to the real world at some point.
The real world. The real world. This jerk piece of dirt, let me repeat, piece of dirt, has no clue what the real world is. Isn't it a shame that our society, as great a country as this has been, has allowed for monsters to be created like this punk who doesn't deserve it? Isn't it amazing? He can go back to his multi-million-dollar life, and it just exemplifies how he couldn't care less about you. You've got to face the fact that you've got to make another mortgage payment in this economy. Pay the high gas prices that you have no choice but paying so you can drive your kids to school or to a Little League game if you can afford to have them play Little League ball, or to a swimming class, or daycare, or yourself to work. Heaven forbid, you got to drive yourselves to work, don't you? And of course, think he cares that you're not going to be able to afford to you and your family to go on a vacation this summer? Think he cares about that? Oh, sure he does. Just ask all 24 of his fans and apologists and scum of the earth individuals who idolize this bum and look up to him as a role model. How about his other quote? Now all of a sudden he's a monk. The greater man upstairs knows when it's my time. Right now isn't the time. I caught wind of a tweet. I'd like to acknowledge whoever this was. This came from CBSSports.com, but I guess Scorpio, I don't know who it is, but I love the tweet. It goes, "Attention, LeBron. The greater man upstairs is also the one who looks after the people who are waking up today with the same problems that they had yesterday. I have a feeling that he or she is a lot more concerned about these people eating and getting jobs than about you winning a ring." And Jason Whitlock, who does he write for, Gene?
Fox Sports, and also, I believe, locally in Kansas City.
Give the fans an update on his persona that are not familiar with him.
He is I don't know how the easy way to put it.
It is
always
difficult
trying
to describe.
Yeah, he's always
He's
trying.
the anti-anti, that's for sure.
You know, a lot of his articles, you know, he'll love the Miami Heat and what they're doing, and then other ones he'll be bashing LeBron James, and a lot of his articles come around to be race-issued articles.
He's an African American, that should be pointed out. He has supported James in the past, but he wrote a piece following yesterday. He wrote this piece. Check this out from Jason Whitlock. They're done. Miami's big three. Add Eric Spoelstra and front-running Heat fans too. Toast, all of them. They can't survive what we've just witnessed, a finals meltdown of historic proportion, an ego deflation that is being celebrated throughout the basketball world. With their preseason celebration and postseason, cough, cough, arrogance, the big three set the stakes. Championship or bust. It's over. Wade's brainchild and Pat Riley's free agent coup is a failure. The right thing to do is to blow it up before it dies as a result of friendly fire. LeBron James is a man without a country. He abandoned Cleveland, and Miami has no love for him. He's a national laughingstock, a late-night punchline. He's Charlie Brown. Today, there are people in Miami who dislike James more than people in Cleveland. In Wade, Heat fans see the intangibles missing in James. Wade is willing to do whatever is necessary to win. James, not so much. James is a villain in Miami now. Heat fans don't trust him. They'll chew on him throughout the offseason and take a cynical view of all his work until the next NBA Finals. So will his teammates. James and Wade, it's time to move on before you inflict further damage on your reputations. Jason Whitlock. I've disagreed with a lot of things that man has written, but boy, oh boy, I applaud him today.
Yeah, and those are usually how his articles are too, where they're either you love them or you despise the article, and think it's horrible. And you're talking about blowing it up, and or he's talking about that moving around. The funniest thing I heard yesterday was, well, you know what the Heat should do now? Pat Riley should come down, trade LeBron James for Dwight Howard, sign him to an extension, and move on right from there. And then
They'd be
they're all
better
set.
off. They'd be much better off if they had Howard instead of Wade. With Howard, I don't think there's any question they'd win the NBA championship.
Yeah, you have the center down low. You could you keep Bosh at the 4, and you have the guard that has that killer instinct in Wade.
Yep. Howard would assure them the champion, and numerous ones. Had to weigh in because I was off yesterday. Forgive me.